What's up, my mini makers? Welcome to another episode of Tiny Tim's Minis. For those of you that do not know, I am Tim, and on this channel, I take big things and I make them small. Simple as that. This week, we're doing something I am very excited about. It's a thing called Monster Bash. It was started by a YouTuber called Miscast. Go check out his channel. He has great stuff. Love his stuff. It's so much fun, so enjoyable, so unique, so different. Check it out. So Monster Bash started back in October of 2020. That was the first one. Then they had another one in February of this year. And then this is the third one. A bunch of artists came together. Everybody drew different cards. Like they hand drew different characteristics, different things on cards. Shuffled them up, and each artist, they pick 7 cards. And from those 7 cards,
you have to make a monster.
You can sculpt it, you can kit bash, you can draw it, whatever you want, as long as you make yourself a spooky monster. So I drew 7 cards. These are the 7 cards I picked, and I'm making a monster out of it. Before we get to it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Check out my Instagram, check out my TikTok, links are down below. I also have some affiliate links, so if you are curious on any of the products I am using and you want to purchase them, use my links down below. It gives me a little something. If you want to help me out and you want to purchase some stuff, go check out those links. I appreciate it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. So with this creature, I just kind of started off with an aluminum base. I really have never done that, and I was like, oh, let's do that. I kind of filled them out with some extra clay I had laying around because I didn't want to waste all my Super Sculpey Original, which is his first time using, and I absolutely love it. I was in love with it when at first touch. It was amazing. It was literally my new favorite clay. In my 7 cards I drew, I got a bunch of hands, so I got to make hands for the first time, and it was a lot of fun. All I did was cut the fingers. I was gonna do 5 fingers, but I decided not to do 5 fingers because it was 1 extra finger I had to make, so I just did 3 fingers and a thumb. So I just kind of cut slits and sculpted them up, put little knuckle bits on there. To be honest, I've been watching a lot of Ace of Clay, and he makes a lot of hands, and I love making his hands, or watch him make hands. What? You love making his hands, but made a lot of hands. There's a lot of hands in here. I didn't really know what I wanted to make, so that's why I started with the hands. Ooh. You see, I got that hand. I got that. I just kind of took the hand from that one, and then I got a witch's hand. I also made a boot. I did not use the boot, but I really like the boot. For my monster, I decided to make it a slug, a giant man-eating slug. I call it the Eater. He eats people. He has a little, on his tongue, there is a little jack-o'-lantern head, and it's like an anglerfish, how it like attracts fish. He uses his jack-o'-lantern tongue to lure victims in with his free candy, and when they go and grab the candy, they get stuck to the candy, and then they can't get unstuck. So these are his most recent victims. They're just kind of trying to escape, but they just get like slurped in and eaten. It's the name. It's the Eater. So I did a bunch of little rolls of clay, kind of tried to make it look like the faces were stretching out. And this is me trying to figure out how to make a gosh darn circle, because I could not figure out how to do it. It was literally me doing differential equations over here trying to make a circle. It was so difficult. But this is me putting in the hands. You see that boot? I didn't use that boot. That boot's nothing. But me just putting in the hands, so his most recent victims are getting sucked in. It's disgusting. This is one of the hands I got, and this I really liked it. It was like a little kind of like reptilian hand, but I really love the witch's hand I made. It kind of looks like a chicken foot. It's a little gross. Without color, it just looks like a dead chicken foot, and it's disgusting. But I kind of made it look like it was like slurping them in. I thought it was gross, to say the least. For his mouth, I just kind of added, it's a bunch of clay, a bunch of rolls of clay, and you add it to your shape, and you make things. That's how I do this. For the mouth, I just made lips and then added some gross-looking teeth. This was the card I got for it. It was a head without eyes and a big nostrils, and that's kind of what gave me the idea for the slug. I was going to do a goop monster to start, but I was like, a slug is weird, and we just kind of went with it. The teeth are a little disturbing. They kind of look like human teeth, so it was a lot of fun. And then I ended up making a bunch more heads because I felt like I was just going to do the couple heads, but I was like, I need more heads. I need more heads. more faces and more victims that need to be absorbed into this slug monster. For texture, I just used the handle of my X-Acto knife. I took the knife out before I started doing it because I didn't want to stab myself in the hand. But I think the texture I love. It's fantastic. Before I make his tongue that holds his candy jar, I wanted to make him a little stand that said free candy. So the people can go up and be like, oh, free candy at this lemonade looking stand. And that's what this is. I just cut up a bunch of pieces of balsa wood, sized everything up, and I love this. This stand is literally my favorite thing. It is so adorable. It is so cute, and I wanted to make more stands just for fun, but I didn't have enough wood, or I would have made more stands. I have this really cool tool. You can do like angled cuts on it, but you can just like lay the wood on the base on the bottom, and it cuts really nicely. It like really even cuts instead of trying to use your X-Acto knife or like a razor blade on your table. This is like really nice and even cuts. And that's why I just kind of cut out a bunch of pieces because I was going to put a bunch on the front and on the sides just to make it look like a lemonade stand. And it came out, oh my god, it came out so good. I've never built something that looks so nice in my life, I'm serious. And then I put a little sign at the top. The paint, it was really easy. I watched a video a couple years ago, and what he did a bunch of grays, and then he did it's like a beige, like a skin tone just to kind of make the wood look worn out. And then I did a dark brown wash on top of it. It was a little thick for wash, I know this, but it looks nice. It looks really good. I just kind of coated it with brown paint. I think the color was chocolate bar, if any of you are curious. And then to finish it up, I did a dry brushing of white. I did a dry brushing of like a light tan before I did the white, but the white, chef's kiss. Oh my goodness. It brings out the highlights, it brings out, look, just look at that. Just look at that. That's a good looking lemonade stand. A little spooky. And then we're getting to the tongue. The tongue's gross. Not gonna lie, a little trigger warning here if you have like tryptophobia. I just sculpted it out. I put it in his mouth, and then I used my stipple tool to give it like taste buds. And the taste buds look gross. These are disgusting and disturbing. I loved it. I loved how it looked, but it looks gross. To anybody else that's not me, it's probably disgusting. Then for the paint job, I wanted to do a bunch of washes. I was going to make him look like a bruise, but the blue was too blue, and then I just kind of had to roll with it. I did some edge highlighting, I don't know, like just some like coats of red, just to make it look like the faces are like popping out and trying to explode out of him. And the red came out nice. It was a lot of fun to paint this thing, especially the witch's hand, because it's like all these people are like trick-or-treating. They got costumes on. Like, this isn't a real witch hand. And somebody like was like, I'm going to dress up as a witch. Oh, look at that. Trick-or-treat. Free candy? You getting eaten. Sorry, but I did a great job on this witch's nails. Look at that. So clean. I can't even do my nails that nice. And for the hand, it's got to be purple. I don't know why. But purple kind of popped out to me. It kind of reminded me of like Barney, like a Barney hand. And then there is a little star in the middle of his hand, which is adorable. I really do like that. And the yellow just kind of adds like a nice accent to there. But all the hands, I loved making the hands. I've never made hands before. And I'm really, really enjoyed the hands. This is the card I got for that. It was like a trap. So I was like, I'm going to make it. I want to have it sticking out of its head, but I didn't do that. I've finished everything with a black wash because it looked good, but it needed something. I was like, I'm just going to cover it in a black wash. And that's what it needed. Like the black wash kind of saved the day on this one. It looks so nice. And then I went over with a white dry brushing. I do love me a white dry brushing. I was going to do like a light blue. I did do a light blue, and it didn't look great. It looked okay, but the white made it look better. And then this is a little chain. I wanted to make it look like he's somebody's pet. Like they took him for a walk for some reason. I don't know why, but I ended up making the person walking the slug get eaten. Don't ask me the logistics on that one. I don't know. And off camera, I did make a bunch of candy corns. I just rolled up some white, orange, and yellow really thin, and then I put it through the pasta maker, and then I just cut up slices and rolled them into a cone shape. And it looks like that. But let's get to those beauty shots. He's so great. I love him. He's spooky, but he's kind of silly looking. And I'm really happy how he turned out. Go check out Miss Cass's channel. Go check out all the other Monster Bash people. I'm really excited to see all their stuff. I haven't seen anybody else's yet. I keep checking every day to see if anybody has posted, but nothing yet. I think they're posting on the 30th. I'm not too sure, though. But if you want to participate, video is down below. But I think that's it. But yeah, if you want to participate, go check it out. All I did was I screenshotted the video, and that's why I got my 7 cards. So, yeah. All right. I will see you next time for another miniature. See ya.